Okay, what's up, everybody? So, my name is Aubrey. Okay, this is going to be your Venus and Scorpio transit love reading. Okay, if this is your first time if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. But we are going to be moving channels. Okay, if you are already on this channel and you've been here for a while, yes, and you have not seen a life update video that I just posted, I'm just letting you guys know this is going to be the last time that you're going to be seeing me on this channel. Okay, we're going to be moving over to youtube.com/Sky Santana World, or whatever it says in the description box. Okay, whatever the URL says in the description box, please go over there. That is a new channel which we are going to be on. We are no longer going to be on youtube.com/Aligning Souls. Okay, it's time that I merge all of my brands back together, okay, just to make everything a little bit more cohesive and make everything just easier for me, okay? But if you are currently, already subscribed to the channel, this is a different type of reading that we're doing. I know you guys are used to seeing me do regular tarot videos, but I've decided to amp shit up, do shit a little bit differently, okay? Make shit a little bit more impactful. Again, please go watch the Major Life Update video that I posted recently. That'll give you a much more clearer depiction of what it is that I'm doing in this new type of arena, this new type of field that we're headed into, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. So we have Venus that is going to be transiting in the sign of Scorpio from the dates of September 10th to August 7th. Now, what the fuck does this mean? Okay, so before I give you guys the textbook definition and citing sources and all of that, I'm going to give you my definition, right? So Venus is typically the planet of love. It's the planet of luxury. It's the planet of art, right? And even when you think of like sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs, you think of Venus as being that planet that kind of states what your love language is. You know, how do you respond emotionally as it relates to being with other people and relationships and things like that, right? And so when you think of Scorpios, you think of a water sign, okay? So definitely very intuitive, very psychic, but at the same time, Scorpios who are all about life and death and rebirth and transformation. And when you pair Venus, whose home sign is Taurus and Libra, and you mix that with Scorpio, you don't really think perfect match, right? Because Venus is Taurus energy and Scorpio is opposite of that, right? So you think like, okay, opposites attract, like how is this going to be good? There's going to be a clash. And so even if you ask like a lot of astrologers or look at a lot of the things that you see online, right, about Venus and Scorpio or Venus and Scorpio transits or Venus and Scorpio natal placements that people have within their charts, a lot of people will be like, oh my God, no, like this is the worst person ever, or like get really scared, or just immediately think the worst thing ever, because again, you don't really look at it as like an opposites attract type of thing. You look at it like, okay, you have this one person that is rainbow, sunflowers, and everything love and good food and comfort and art and all of that. And then you have the person over here who's like fucking into metal and screamo and garage bands and shit. And it's like, what the fuck? It's literally giving like heaven and hell. But when the two come together, there are some beautiful things that could come out of it if you work with this energy. Some really, really beautiful things that could happen, right? Because again, Venus energy is all about love, right? And so we just got out of Venus and Libra. That was all about being harmonious, being on one accord, being on the same page, and everything has to, come together, right? And I don't want to argue right now, baby. Let's settle it. Let's make it water under the bridge. We can talk about this another day, right? That's very much Libra energy when Venus is in Libra, right? It's in the home sign. And so it's just like, listen, I'm at home. I want to feel good in my own home. I don't want to feel uncomfortable. So whatever it is that I have to do, yeah, you might be a serial cheater. Yeah, you might be, abusive, but I don't care. At least I have somebody that is laying next to me at night. Codependency. That is what Venus and Libra gives, right? But when Venus moves into Scorpio, it changes the way that you think about love. It changes the way that you feel about love, that you react towards love, right? Whereas Venus being in Libra, it's all about just keeping the harmony, keeping the peace, going along with the flow. Yeah, I know he's cheating. Yeah, I know that he may not be the best guy. Yeah, I know that I have abusive problems, or yeah, I know that I have abandonment issues or codependency issues, but I don't really want to find anybody else, this, that, and the third. Venus and Scorpio is like, I'm ready to go out there. I'm ready to take that challenge. I'm ready to find someone new. I'm ready to end this bullshit, okay, and go be reborn again, right? Scorpio energy is very dark, right? Very, very dark. And a lot of people tend to think that Scorpios are toxic. A lot of them are. Okay, hello Future. Hello Drake. Okay, hello we're not gonna go there. person of Pump is not gonna come out. Okay. This ain't about me, this is about y'all. Anyways, Scorpios are not toxic. It's just that they are literally on a different psychological level than everyone else. Okay. Literally a different level, right? And so when it comes to the Zodiacs, I'm somebody who I like to pair them up by who I feel like is the Beyonce of the group. Like I feel like you have Taurus in the girls, you have Scorpio in the girls, you have Libra in the girls, and then you have Leo in the girls, right? Mainly the fixed signs, okay? Not Libra, Aquarius, but mainly like the fixed signs, right? And so Scorpio is no different. Very fixed energy, very intuitive. I would say the most psychic out of all of the water signs, okay? I mean, I know Pisces and Cancer are very intuitive as well, very psychic as well, but Scorpio is just, they process information differently on a deeper level. And so for those of you that are watching my channel and don't really understand how these astrology videos work or how astrology period works or what the fuck it even means with like a Venus and Scorpio and different zodiac signs, essentially when a planet moves into a different sign, because listen, planets rotate every single day, right? Like we all know about a Mercury retrograde that happens every 4 or 3 months, right? Or 3 times a year, right? But planets move every single day, and they also move into different zodiac signs, just like, you know, the planet and the sun moves into different zodiac signs. Like right now we're in Virgo season, then we'll be in Libra, then Scorpio, so on and so forth, right? So when a planet moves into a particular sign, that planet takes on the characteristics of said zodiac sign, right? So that being said, Venus energy about art, love, this, that, and the third. So with Venus being in Scorpio, right now it's all about death, rebirth, life transformation, things getting off the ground. So for those of you guys that are in relationships where you know you should have left this person months ago, but you stayed with them because you didn't want to rock the boat, you wanted to make water under the bridge, oh, what about the kids, or whatever excuse you gave, now is the time where y'all can break up. And you could be out there on to the next, already involved in another relationship because you've been saw the flags on the wall. It's just that you stuck around because that Libra energy, right? So on and so forth. And you can take that example and literally apply it any type of way that you want to. It can literally work anyway, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the textbook definition, you know, for the bitches in the back that still need more motherfucking help, okay? Venus and Scorpio is basically that bitch, right? As we inch closer to cuffing season, we've got our eyes that set on the movements of Venus, which is a planet of love and affection, and it might just shed some light onto how our winter relationships will go this year. So on September 10th, that is when Venus moved from its cozy little spot in Libra to passionate, loyal Scorpio, which meant things are getting a little heated, right? On the one hand, Venus and Scorpio, which is where it's going to reside until October 7th, can be the good kind of hot, okay? Venus and Scorpio, again, is that bitch, right? She doesn't take crap from anyone. She wants to merge at a soul level. So in short, Venus and Scorpio doesn't mess around. She wants deep, real connections, and she wants it now, right? And personally speaking, okay, as somebody who went the whole entire summer damn near having the sun in my 7th house and now the sun is in my 8th house, let me tell y'all something, okay? Because the 7th house is a house of love and relationships and partnerships and all of that, right? Right? Okay? Because those of y'all that know astrology, you already know where I'm going with this. Those that don't, let me break it down for you, right? So even the houses are set up off of the zodiac signs. So 7th house is Libra, 8th house is Scorpio, right? And so again, anything that's dealing with a zodiac sign, it takes on the energy of that. So 7th house is Libra energy, and that is all about love, partnerships, balanceships, relationships, things like that. So most of the summer, I had sun in my 7th house, and all eyes on me, making a whole bunch of new friendships, connections all over the place, like dating is popping, like beautiful summer, thought girl summer, okay? But recently, the sun has moved into my 8th house, which is Scorpio energy, and I instantly felt the difference. Instantly felt the difference because now it's just like, especially with this Venus going into Scorpio, it's like, I don't want anything surface level anymore. It's like I made a lot of connections. Now summer is winding down. Fall is coming. It's getting colder. The same things that amused me in June or beginning of July, now I'm kind of over. It's like, yeah, I'm starting to see you're really not that good of a friend, or every time you hit me up, you end up canceling, or every time I go out with you, there's always a problem, or the cops get called, or like it's that type of energy that Scorpio reveals. Like the things that you don't want to see, Scorpio forces you to see right now, like forces you to see the reality of what the fuck is going on. It's like you cannot hide from it. Scorpio just knows. Again, the most intuitive out of the water signs, but the most intuitive out of all the signs, period. Just dead on psychic. You cannot hide from it. Like, listen, I've literally had about six people, with over 11 situations in the last 2 weeks where that Venus and Scorpio energy, I just knew. That Sun in eighth house energy, I just knew. This is going nowhere. This is bullshit. I'm getting wasted. Like my time is getting wasted. I'm being canceled on. Like I just knew this is not going anywhere. And that's how a lot of you guys are going to be feeling right now. You're going to be feeling like people cannot lie to you. You see right through people. If you're dating people, you're going to know immediately like, oh, you're not the one for me. Oh, you're just going to waste my time. Oh, you're bullshit. It's like there's this deep desire to want to fall in love, to want to be in love. And even if you're already in a situation where there's no love there, you're not going to want to stay in that situation because, again, death, rebirth, love, transformation. So even if you were somebody that was 2 weeks ago lying to yourself, telling yourself, okay, Venus and Libra energy, right? Telling yourself, I'm okay. I don't need any help. I don't want anybody around me. I don't want love. I don't want to be in a relationship. Now might be a moment where you realize you're craving getting married. You know, now all of a sudden you're looking at wedding rings, or now all of a sudden you're thinking about the ex that got away. It's like a lot of this energy is here. Now, also, we do have Mercury that is going to go retrograde in Libra. Okay. And what did I say about that fucking Libra energy? What did I say about that Libra energy? Harmonious, this, that, and a third. Once everything back on the same page. So we already know about Mercury retrograde. That's usually the time when exes and things come back. This is probably going to be the heaviest Mercury retrograde that you guys have felt in a long time, okay? Because especially with everything else and all the other transits going on, but especially with this Venus being in Scorpio, when exes come back now and you're already feeling like, yo, I have to make some major changes in my life. I have to go through some major shakeups. Like, I really want love, or I really don't want this anymore. And then you have exes popping back up, and you have people trying to, renew shit or reconcile shit or have these conversations. Just pay attention to everything that is going on. Pay attention to the facts. Pay attention to the hard data, but also pay attention to where your soul is guiding you right now. Because it is also extremely, extremely easy right now during this point in time to get super frustrated, to get caught up in illusions, to get caught up in a fantasy of believing something that may not even be there. It may just be a test right now because maybe that is just in one of the ways that, the planets are testing you right now. Like maybe it's not a time for you to love right now. Maybe it's a time of soul growth. And maybe for others, it is a time of love and soul growth. Who fucking knows? But just make sure that you guys are praying. Make sure that you are praying to God, your angels, for affirmations. Those of you guys that receive angel numbers and have been receiving a lot of angel numbers recently, you can manipulate angel numbers and you can manipulate your angels. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a bad way, okay? Because at the end of the day, your angels are here to help you, but you have to invite them in. You have to let them know, hey, I need your help, and it's okay, right? So if you're somebody who sees a lot of 111s or 1111s or 222s or whatever the fucking synchronicities are, right? Now is a time where you should be talking to your angels and God and just saying, hey, I'm not really sure how to feel about this friendship, or I'm not really sure where this relationship is going, or, oh, this person just popped back up, but I'm not really sure. And I trust myself, but I don't want to make a wrong decision. Can you please show me 222 if it's meant to be? Can you show me 333 if it's not? And it doesn't even have to be numbers. Like synchronicities happen in so many different fucking ways. It's like so many different ways. Like you say, God, can you show me a peacock if we're meant to be? Can you show me a raccoon if he's not the one for me? Okay. Let's get into it a little bit deeper before we get into individual signs. Just want to make sure that all of you guys truly understand this energy. Okay, because I know not everybody is super deep into astrology, and some people just want to hear what's going on. Okay, but like I said, Venus, also the planet known as about love, adoration. It's in its own sign of Libra. Okay, and it's also going to be no, it was in the sign of Libra. It was in the sign of Libra, but now it's in a deep sign of Mars, which is Scorpio, as I mentioned. Um, so this all or nothing energy, it could be great. Okay. It just might spur onto you and make you feel like you have to find the one. But it's also a lot to handle. Okay. It's a lot to handle. And that is because, like I said, it's going to be in Scorpio. And Venus tends to do well in a lot of water signs, especially like Scorpio. It's just very, very intense. Like think of it like Princess Fiona or like Belle, like Beauty and the Beast Belle. Like think of a princess, right? And a princess is, instead of being with Romeo, she's with a bad guy, right? Like imagine if instead of it being Romeo and Juliet, it's like Juliet is with 50 Cent and Get Rich or Die Trying. It's like that is what Venus and Scorpio is. It's like the princess living on the wild side, taking risks, taking dares. And we've all seen movies like that. We've all seen movies like that where you have the goody two shoes and then they meet somebody, they fall in love with somebody that is super controversial, that everybody tells them to stay the fuck away from. They are not their type or they're not their usual type, but they fall in love. And it ends up working out because opposites attract. And that's what this Venus and Scorpio energy is. So even if you don't meet anybody drastically different, this could play out internally for you. You might decide to do things a little bit differently, date outside your normal type, right? Because ultimately a lot of this for a lot of people will be about finding the one, especially with the spiritual warfare going on, especially where we are being guided as a collective. A lot of people are gonna want somebody for lockdown part 2, okay? Or a lot of people are realizing that life is too fucking short and realizing what really fucking matters in life. You know what I'm saying? What really, really, really fucking matters, okay? This is gonna be an intense cycle, but it's nothing that you can't handle. It's not really for the faint of heart. Like I said, it's a lot of deep, 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 deep material that is gonna be coming out. A lot of deep transformation. A lot of you guys have already done the transformation. Okay, those of you that are in twin flame situations, counterparts, you've already done the transformation. So you know what I mean. If anything, it could be a review or something might happen, or you may speak to your divine masculine during this time. During this time, or this time might be a time where you and your divine masculine could reconcile. A lot of the planets are conspiring for unions right now, and divine unions and just divine love. So do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. Now, there's also another date that I want you guys to look out for. On September 17th, okay? Venus is going to square Saturn retrograde, right? Which may make you feel like you are unseen or unloved, okay? Saturn is the planet of restriction. Saturn is like that strict ass father, right? Anytime any two planets square, that means that they are in a battle, right? They're competing with one another, right? So if we look at Venus as being like the princess of the castle, then Saturn would be the king of the castle, right? And Venus is that 16-year-old, very innocent, very much like, Dad, I want to go on a date. I want to go on a date. And then Saturn is like, the king, the father is like, no, you're not going on a date until you're 45. That's what Venus squares Saturn is pretty much like, right? Because all Venus wants to do is just play and be innocent and be, but Venus squaring Saturn, it makes you feel unseen, unloved. And it could be a tiring period of time for you guys. It can make you feel lonely. It can make you feel shy. It can make you feel unloved, unappreciated. Just think about if you were that 16-year-old girl locked up in your room, like all the emotions you would have. You'd be mad at your father, but at the same time, you'd be mad at other people because it's like, well, why can't my date just come save me? Why can't we do it like in the movies? And why can't they just throw a rock at my window and I can just climb out and escape? Like, the energy isn't going to last. It's not going to last. So it's nothing to lose sleep over, but it is something to definitely be warned about. Okay. Now, also on September 23rd, we're going to have Venus that is going to be opposing Uranus retrograde, which can often throw signal a change in our love lives. Okay. So it's going to be important to go with the flow on this day because Uranus energy is very much anything spontaneous, anything with a twist, anything that's like a tower moment, if you will. Okay, a tower moment, if you fucking will, right? Uranus is that planet that always has a trick up their sleeve, like literally trick up their sleeve. You look in a dictionary to figure out what that means. There will literally be a picture of Uranus. That is what Uranus represents. A trick up your sleeve, okay? always a catch. Okay, so just be aware that sometimes things can occur on Uranus transits that could disappear just as quickly as it began. So just keeping it in the buck with y'all. Y'all can meet somebody right now, be ready for deep contemplation, leave your boyfriend, right? You could you can leave your boyfriend during the Uranus retrograde transit on September 23rd. But if you left them now and got into a new relationship, okay, you might find out on September 23rd that somebody else is still dealing with an ex, right? But again, this energy isn't going to last. So it doesn't mean that they're a fuckboy or, that it's not going to last with them. It just means that it's something that you find out if those are wrench in the plans. And so before you react too crazy, just remember you just got out of a relationship. And, within a day or two, you're going to see, oh, yeah, it's all innocent and they're just wrapping things up as well. Okay? Okay. So these 2 dates are make it or break it. Okay? You may want to commit, but you may also want your freedom. Okay. If you're single now, things could slow down. So now isn't necessarily the best time to dive in and commit, but getting all of your ducks in a row in your romantic life could be a good move. If you're in a relationship, plan some time apart from your partner. Absence could make the heart grow fonder. Really, ultimately, it's about what works for you. Okay. Because hello, people that are in twin flame divine counterpart situations, y'all have been separated for months, years, weeks, so, any more time apart is going to be like gut wrenching. So, situations like that may feel like, okay, now is the time to come together. Other people may be different. Take it how it resonates. Okay. September 29th through, September 29th is a romantic time. That's when Venus is going to connect with Neptune retrograde. Neptune is very mystical, Piscean type of energy. September 30th is also going to be a high time for love and relationships due to Jupiter retrograde squaring off with Venus. Okay. And yeah, after that point, after the end of, September, that last week of Venus and Scorpio is going to be fine. Okay. But it's just up until that point, a lot of tests, a lot of roadblocks, a lot of things might come up, a lot of sudden changes, whatever. Again, a lot of you guys have already dealt with it. So if anything, it'll just be more internal than physical. But there are also a lot of people who still need to go through the physical changes. Okay. So this is going to be a beautiful but thrilling time. And so it's really just about what you're embracing during these times. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the individual signs. Okay.